Excuse me for saying so, but you, sir, are a stupid fuck. You'll pardon my saying so. The polite jerk, dude. I love it. Dinor. That's enough ball. Go lay down. Go on. Go. Go lay down.
Come on.
Go lay down somewhere else. We're not going to play ball all day.
That's a good boy.
Good boy. You chill out for a little bit. We'll play ball. How's my day? It's been a day. It's been a day. Oh, day. Yes, I suppose we had a Merry Christmas. And a jolly Christmas. This New Year's is coming up, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be abandoned hope.
Yeah, there's going to be an abandoned hope on New Year's Eve. New Year's hope. What did you eat? What did we eat? We ate Jack in the Box, right? For Christmas dinner.
Yes.
And then we had, what do we have for Christmas Day?
I think we raided the leftovers a little bit.
Yeah, we raided the leftovers for Christmas Day. You guys got to understand, we had our like Christmas thing a little early. So we didn't really. Our Christmas was like the 20th. You want to make a nest in my beard? Well, come on down. Here, I'll even part it for you. There you go. You can crawl right in there. Make a little beard vagina for you. Here you go. There. There you go. I'll put you in there. Put you to bed. There you go. Nestle you in there. Does it feel good? Is it comfy? Is it everything you wanted it to be? Don't eat that Cheeto. I'm saving that for later. That's mine. Is it cozy in there? What other streamer takes you into the beard? None. Never, ever, ever in the history of streaming has a streamer taken you inside the beard. Yeah, quit your wimping. Or you go inside. And then you can wimp it up. You got nothing to be wimping about. Your life is a gravy train with biscuit wheels, my friend. Biscuit wheels. You don't have to work. You don't have to talk to anybody you don't want to talk to. Your every need taken care of, handled. You get sick, to the doctor. You need a shot, to the doctor. You need a new toy, it comes in the mail. You need a new sweater because you're cold, fashion. Dinor lives the socialist ideal. From each according to his ability, which is very little, to each according to his need, which is very great. Dinor, he does a couple of things, but he needs a lot of things. There you go. People have no problem with socialism for their pets. For some reason, your dog is better than your child. Your dog deserves to have his needs met despite no matter what, right? Your dog doesn't have to work for his supper. He gets his supper. Dog doesn't have to worry about paying the bills to keep the roof over his head. He gets the roof. Everybody got no problem. Since this isn't burning, I might be able to use this. Will this work? I think it will. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Fire pit in the summer is a good phone prop. Good to know.
Yeah, it just rained on all of our wood.
Yeah, it just pissed rain. I slept through it, but it pissed rain. What are you gonna do? It pissed on our wood. It's not cold enough today to have a fire anyway. Feels pretty decent out here. Just with a bundled up kind of thing. You think my hair is great? Well, my hair thinks you are great. It just told me. This lock right here in particular was like, one added benefit of being a dog, they get to be euthanized. Exactly. They come to the end of their lives. They're hurting. They're in pain. They no longer have like a quality of life. Nobody has any problem with them being humanely euthanized. But a human being, nope. We need to start, maybe that's a new fucking tact we need to start taking with people. Why are dogs treated better than people in this country? Not that I'm bitching. I think they deserve to be treated every bit as well as they're being treated. I'm not advocating for treating dogs more poorly. But why is the family dog treated better than the family that takes care of it? Because we think dogs are stupid. Oh, okay, I see. Humans, though. Real smart primate.
Dude, someone thought that Marshall Manson actually cut off his face.
They did?
Yeah.
He did. I heard Marshall Manson actually cut his face off. That's what I heard through the grapevine. And there are these conspiracy theorists that are like, oh, it's a prosthetic, oh, it's makeup, oh, it's stage trickery. No. I watched him do it. Took a box cutter straight to that face and ripped it off. I seen the pictures. Obamacare is youth in Asia. My graphics card died and delayed my music videos more. Yay, I'm the unlucky son of a bitch who got the faulty graphics card. That fucking sucks. That happened to me once, though, Marshall, if it's any consolation. I ordered, tell me this isn't the fucking shits. It's not as bad as, like, delaying your fucking music videos, but maybe I'll commiserate with you. So when I was young, EverQuest was coming out, right? And EverQuest was one of the first games I remember that kind of required a graphics card to play. Like, you had to have a 3D graphics card to play that game. And so I ordered a Voodoo card back then. That was the brand of cards. I had saved up my money. I ordered a Voodoo graphics card, and I ordered EverQuest. So EverQuest was delayed, not by the release date, but by the shipping. So it didn't come on release day like it was supposed to. It came 3 days later. So I put in my Voodoo card, tested it, everything ran great. Finally, EverQuest gets here. I plug it in, I play for 10 minutes. Booted it back up, wouldn't even boot. Like, wouldn't get past the loading screen and shit, just kept crashing. Pulled my fucking Voodoo card out, and it was able to load in, just ran like shit. And I was like, oh. My Voodoo card is fucking faulty. So I had to mail that back and wait 2 weeks for the... Whatever. Fuck technology.
So it ran. Did you try doing EverQuest in that gap?
I did.
Yeah.
I played EverQuest at like 5 FPS
Yeah.
for I don't know how long. For that whole 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think I got my character to like level 10 at 5 FPS. Would it be a violation of the streamer-specter relationship to say you look hot as fuck? Don't be saying I look hot. I'm married. You're not allowed to say I look hot. It's funny watching old videos talking about the state-of-the-art computers at the time. You can get a whole gigabyte of RAM and a sound card. Skyrim wanted to be EverQuest so bad. Oh my god, dude, EverQuest is dope. If you missed out on playing EverQuest, I feel bad for you, son. Because I got 99 problems, but that ain't one. I have played EverQuest. Your Voodoo card pulled. That'll teach you not to dabble with witch doctor magic. That's true. That's true. I learned my lesson. That's the only time I dabbled in the dark arts. Classic fantasy games have a special kind of atmosphere to them. that can't be replicated in the current generation. Dude, I love playing EverQuest because you have to fill in all of the things that aren't there with your imagination. Like, you've watched me play it. Big blocky trees. The atmosphere is there, dark. You can see the grass, but it's all very blocky. And you have to, like, will yourself into believing that this is a dark forest filled with spiders and shit. It's not all there for you. I don't know. There's something about that.
I mean, there's some characters that can't see in the dark, which kind of adds to the immersion.
That's true. That's something you don't see in games today. Like, that legitimately hampers you in the game. If you pick a human character, I think humans are the only ones that have no night vision at all. And then there's a second layer of vision called infravision, which gives you limited vision at night. And then there's ultravision, which basically makes night and day the same.
And you can't see as far still.
That's true, but you can see way fucking better at night as a dark elf with ultravision. But yeah, that type of shit you don't see in games anymore because it legit hampers your gameplay at night. And it's like you're expected as a player to like deal with that. Like, okay, I'm a human, but it's nighttime right now and I want to go out and I can only see a little bit ahead of me, so I got to be very careful about where I go. Well, you can still play EverQuest. Me and Jason play it together. I've streamed it before for you guys, a little bit of it anyway. And it's pretty active. Don't be asking me for tech support on it, but there's a great document. If you search for EverQuest P99, P99 is the server that it stands for Perfect 99. It's like a perfect reconstruction of EverQuest in 1999. EverQuest came out in 1998, I want to say. And then, so it's got the expansions that came out the next year. You got to go through the whole setup, but you can download a whole copy of EverQuest for free. There are ways to do that. I shouldn't have to tell you how to do that. But it's an old game that is no longer, like, I don't know. It's just, you can get the old fucking install disc for it, and that's all you need. But yeah, it's got kind of a hefty setup thing on the back end, but it's definitely like, once you got it set up, it's a very old school game.
Like Eve is.
Oh yeah, it's heavy on the management. It's heavy on, like, you have to be careful about everything you do in the game. Like, it's no, like, if you play modern MMOs and you're used to like, okay, here's the newbie hunting ground where right outside of town where nothing can kill you, basically. Nah. Like, every worm, every spider, every fucking skeleton from the very jump could spell your doom. You've got to play correctly. You got to rest in between the fights. There's a different pace to it.
You gotta assign all your hotkeys.
Oh yeah, you got to do, like, it's an old game too, so you got to let go of some of the sensibilities that you have about how those games work. And learn how EverQuest works, but it's definitely worth. A skeleton pops out quite often in EverQuest. They're a very common enemy type all over the game.
And little companions or whatever.
That's true. That's true. Necromancers summon skeletons. You'll see a lot. But yeah, EverQuest is a game now, even though back when I first started playing it, it required a hot-ass graphics card. Now you could play it on a fucking potato. Like, literally, it's probably, like...
It just depends on your internet connection.
Even that. Because you got to remember, back in the day, EverQuest came out where everybody was on dial-up. So it has lag built into its design. Like, you're supposed to ping 200 ms. Like, that's what they want. They want, like, you to be a little slower. It's not a game that's designed for an ultra fast internet connection. So, but yeah, you could play it on a phone probably. Like, I played phone games that are way more graphically intense than EverQuest is now. But you wouldn't be able to play it on a phone because it's too complex. Unless you could plug a keyboard into your phone, I guess.
Yeah, and like you can't see the menus.
It would be a nightmare. What stock options should you get? Dude, you asking the wrong dude. I don't know
We've
shit.
asked it like 3 times now.
Oh, yeah, we'll ban him then. See ya. Uh, Total War Rome 2 is available for iPads. That's crazy to me because I remember when that game came out, it was like a machine killer. Like you had to have a pretty upgraded machine when those Total War games came out because they were just really graphically intense. And now you can just play them on iPad. It's pretty fucking crazy. So I thought today, I don't usually bring topics to these, but since we've started out talking about video games, I thought today I'd give my thoughts on Cyberpunk 2077, which I've played enough of, I think, now to at least give my initial thoughts on. Talk to you guys about that game a little bit because I've been playing it, not a ton, but enough. You just beat it? Oh, that's cool. Check out Marshall. Yeah, no, I can't sit down and play games for that long anymore unless it's a real, like, when was the last time I lost like 6 hours playing a game? Assassin's Creed,
Yeah,
probably,
it was
huh?
Assassin's Creed. You do
I
that
would
like
sit,
every night.
I would sit there and fucking just like,
Yeah. But that was like a 100-hour game.
yeah.
You can't take the most direct path to finishing a game. That's not finishing a game to you.
That's true. If a game has extra shit, I feel like I'm not finishing the game if I don't do the extra shit. So I do all the extra shit. So it's going to take me forever to beat Cyberpunk. So Marshall can correct me on some of these things, I guess. How's the hacking? So here's the thing. When I built my character, I had a different thing in mind than what I ended up being. So at character creation, my thought process was I want to be sneaky. So I went into like stealth, which is cool. That's your cool stat. I went into cool. I went into perception for handguns or agility or whatever, whichever one it is for that. And then I went into intelligence for hacking, and I had that at 5. And I never touched intelligence, so I only use the hacking very rarely. Like you'll see me turn off a camera with it or something. Like I do that, but it's not a big part about how I play the game. I play very stealthy assassin kind of shit. Ideally, if I go into a combat area, they never see me. But if they do see me, I'm pretty fucking badass. What I figured out was about a couple hours into the game, the same stat that you use for handguns is the one that you use for blades.
Then you had that one quest that you got a katana.
Yeah, I got some quest, and because of my no. So here are the 3 things that I've pumped now. So right now I've got cool for the crit, I've got perception or agility or whatever it is for the handguns, and I've got engineering for crafting, which hasn't really taken off for me yet, but I have a feeling it will. Those are the 3. And so engineering let me get into this door that otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get into. And there was this katana back there, and I was like, fuck, dude, this thing does tons of damage. Wish I was specialized in blades. And I put it on and I tried it, and dudes were just like cut in half immediately. And I was like, whoa. And then I went and looked, and I was like, oh shit, I am specialized in blades. Okay. I haven't bought the arm blades because I don't really see the point.
And then you have to invest in like the unarmed shit, the strength.
I don't know if I think arm blades play off the same stat as blades do.
Oh, they do.
But what's the point when I have a katana?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point when I've got a knife that's just like, like that's what I'm rocking right now. I don't have a katana that I'm using. I found like a purple knife that's just insanely fast and does bleed and shit. And so I'm just like, ting, 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 ting. Yeah, the double jump thing is on my list. I'm trying to save money so I can get that. The double jump. But anyway, bugs and bullshit aside, because the game for me crashed a lot when I first got it. It wasn't until that first big patch that it became really playable for me. So bugs and shit aside, I guess the positives of the game first, because I tend to be a negative fuck, so I'll give you guys the positives. I think the city is really cool looking. It's fun to drive around in. Like, I don't find myself fast traveling all that often because I kind of like driving around Night City. which is a testament to the world design of the place. Um, I enjoy a lot of the characters, like not all of them, maybe. Some of them are a little annoying, but a lot of the characters that are in the game seem pretty cool. Like I like a lot of the different fixers, the guys that you work for, and you know how their jobs differ and how they differ culturally and stuff. All of that is pretty interesting. I think the brake turning over correction is really obnoxious. Yeah, so the driving takes a little bit of getting used to. I've gotten used to it. Like I can do it now and not fucking wipe out and crash into a bunch of civilians and have the cops show up and kill me. Like, but at first, yeah, because it doesn't drive very much like GTA does. There's not a handbrake where you can kind of very smoothly drift your car. Basically, you just have to brake, and when you do and turn at the same time, your car kind of goes sideways and slides into a skid. I've gotten to the point now where I can get around the town pretty easily. I also turned crowd density down to low, which I'd recommend you do if you're playing on PC anyway. That makes driving a little less. You can't do wheelies. Yeah, that does kind of suck. Yeah, it's really hard sometimes to tell whether or not you're going to be breaking the law before you break the law, and then the cops show up and murder you. Like, you'll see a bunch of thugs beating on a person, right? And you're like, it's you've got this little mini quest like stop the assault and collect evidence or whatever. And so you start shooting at those guys, and then it's like you've committed a violation, and these fucking police drones show up and murder you, and you're like, what? These people were beating the shit out of somebody. Whatever. So that's a little annoying, to be honest with you. But what else are the positives? As I've gotten deeper into the customization system and the level up system, I've started to really enjoy tailoring my character, and my character started to feel really fucking powerful. It's playing exactly how I really want to be playing, which is, I've got a silenced pistol that I use like a sniper rifle, basically. I use my stealth to get in real close, and I pick people off one by one and hide their bodies. If things go to shit, I pull out the fucking knife, and then I slide. I've got some implant that lets me slow down time when I slide. So I'll slide into places and slow down time and swipe at people as I go by them, and then jump behind cover and shit. It feels really good. The combat feels really good where it's at now. I feel like I've got a pretty balanced way of attacking things, and I really feel like the game provides me with a number of other ways that I could go at it. You know what I mean? Like instead of going this kind of stealthy type of character that I've built, I could have easily gone this big giant cyber powerhouse type of character with big light machine guns, and or I could have gone this more hackery type of character that did way more with the hacking system. Like right now, I don't do much with it, to be honest with you. Like I said, I'll turn off a security cam with it. Every once in a blue moon, I'll see somebody who I need to distract. Like I want to distract an enemy with it and make them go check something out so I can get behind them and choke them or whatever. But I don't really use the hacking. Yeah, I see the homing bullets thing. I've yet to find a homing pistol that's better than me, just because I have two pistols that I use. One of them is a rapid fire kind of 9mm style pistol, and the other one is a silenced giant fucking revolver that I use like a sniper rifle, basically. So if I'm up close and personal, I use the little 9mm, and it fires so fast, and it's got a burn thing on it that if they're human beings, especially, they're done. Like I just light them up with a clip and get back behind cover, and they just stand there and burn to death, basically. So it's pretty cool. A silenced revolver, I know. Go figure. The future. It's a giant. Yeah, Lizzie. I think that's the gun. And I've upgraded it a couple of times to keep it commensurate with the newer stuff that I'm finding. I think that's the name of the gun that I've got. At least I used that gun for a while. Hold on one sec. I'm gonna go pack a bowl here. I guess I don't need you to hold on. I just need to go grab it. Ugh. Ah. Ah. Okay, we're fine. Anywho. Oh, by the way, do you guys like my scrub pants? I went to a doctor's appointment today. It was my first doctor's appointment here where I'm living with like a general practitioner or whatever to get my prescriptions and all of that lined out. And the nurse that took my temperature and blood pressure and all that, she was like, "Oh, are you a nurse?" And I was confused as fuck. I was like, "Huh?" And she goes, "Oh, your pants." And I was like, "Oh, no, I'm just a fat guy that likes scrubs. They're very comfortable." She was like, "Yeah, they are." She's like, "I don't understand why more people don't wear them." She said, "I wear mine all the time." I was like, "Yeah. Well, I learned from you nurses." No, I wear a lot of scrub pants. They're just comfortable fucking pants. Why are they called scrubs? I think it's because you're supposed to put them on when you scrub down. Like you scrub down for medical work. And so you're supposed to like wash yourself and put on your clean stuff. And so that's why I think they're called scrubs. Do you live in a legal weed state? Yes, I do. What if Amelia doesn't want no scrub? Uh-oh. Well, she bought me these. So I hope I hope if she didn't want no scrubs that she would have yeah, a scrub is a guy that gets no love from me. Standing at the and then do you guys remember there was this rap group? So that was who the fuck did no scrubs? Fuck, what are they called? TLC, right? Yeah. T-Boz, Left Eye, and Chili. That album that No Scrubs was on, by the way, was actually a pretty good R&B album if you're at all interested in R&B. They were pretty talented. TLC was a pretty talented 3-woman group, R&B group. But anyway, it wasn't for Tender Love and Care. It was for T-Boz, Left Eye, and Chili. That was the name of the 3 ladies in it. TLC. Bet you didn't know that. But anyway, there was this rap. They had a song called No Scrubs. No Scrubs. And it was about how dudes, like she didn't want no scrubby dude that was broke and blah, 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 blah. And it became a big popular song. And then there's this rap group that came along and they had a one-hit wonder called No Pigeons, which was like the dude version. It was like the dude version of No Scrubs. So all these girls come along, right? And they make this song about how they don't want a scrubby guy. Like, I don't want no broke dude. And then this other rap group, I can't remember who it was, had a song called No Pigeons, which is basically the guy version. And I remember more about No Pigeons than I do No Scrubs. A pigeon is a girl who be walking by. My revved up blue brand new sparkling 5. Her feet hurt so you know she wanna ride. But she frontin' like she can't say hi. What? Uh-oh, y'all bitches ain't getting nada. Uh-oh, your pussy ain't worth the Ramada. Uh-oh. Anyway, your friend looks hotter. It's like the battle of the genders. Your pussy ain't worth the Ramada. Gotta love it, dude. Your pussy ain't worth the Ramada. Uh-oh, anyway, your friend looks hotter. I'm just not in the mood today, so standard order on any fucking nonsense shit. Any nonsensical fucking broken fucking sentences or stupid non sequiturs. Order 66. Ban it all. You liking the Keanu Reeves character? At first, I was kind of annoyed by the And I don't want to spoil the fucking shit for people that haven't played the game yet, but I was kind of annoyed by the character. All right, hold on one second. I just got a text I have to answer. Don't go. Whatever, man. Fuck this job. We demand Piotr's release. I haven't done anything to Piotr. '90s pop and R&B, kind of annoying. Depends. There was some annoying shit, for sure. No joke about that. There was definitely a fair share of annoying pop songs and R&B songs back in the '90s. But there were some good ones, too. You just had to look. Oh, you banned Piotr? Well, Piotr will get unbanned when I do my next mass flush unbanning. Yeah, if he got ducked, I mean, what am I going to say? Stupid ass Piotr. Not intending to make this the weed cast, but Paul, you ever seen someone smoke a joint through a bong? Yeah, I don't really get the point either. I mean, I guess, well, I do get the point. Excuse me. Bongs cool down the smoke. So for people like me that cough a lot after a hit, a bong can actually be a smoother hit. So you can stick your joint in and smoke that with a bong. So we were talking about Cyberpunk. One thing about Cyberpunk, I like how the royalty-free stations are actually as good as the copyrighted stations. Yeah. It's got a pretty cool soundtrack, but it does get a little annoying. Okay. So we've talked, what did we talk about Cyberpunk-wise? We talked about character builds and how I feel like, at least the one that I chose, is very fun for me. How I feel like the game was really, like, difficult. I'm playing on hard, by the way, not like legendary or whatever, but hard. And so I feel like early on, when I was still not great at the game and didn't have a ton of levels, that the game was pretty hard. And now I feel like it's evened out a little bit on the difficulty. But if I fuck up, I still die, which is nice. Because I really have no points into armor or body, so my hit points are pretty low. So if I get caught and there's a dude with a shotgun in front of me and he gets a shot off on me, I'm probably dead. But hard mode, that's the way to play for me. If it was any less difficult, then I probably wouldn't have been all that interested in it. I haven't done the Skippy side mission yet. So far, my favorite side mission is the Delamain side mission. I won't go into it. And I would ask that you not do that in the chat. Don't spoil people in the chat either, because there's people that are looking forward to doing that. I liked the Delamain side mission. It was pretty fun. So there was that. A lot of people hated that one. I liked it, dude. I liked it too. I thought it was pretty fun. I thought it was interesting, and I liked the outcome of it. Like, there was, well, whatever. There's choices to be made and different ways that you can end it, and I chose a pretty weird ending that's kind of interesting. It definitely has some interesting concepts if you're a fan of AI. Let's put it that way, and that's not spoiling much at all. Here's some of the negatives. Number one, and this is going to sound very misogynistic and very horrible, but I'm just going to come out and say it. Pan Am takes way too much work to get into them pants. It takes, dude, I don't know if I did something wrong or what, but when am I going to get some skins Pan Am? Okay? That's where I got to start. I mean, I have literally, you have no idea what I've done for Pan Am. I'm going to keep doing it. No, trust me, I'm in. I'm in it to skin it. But I got to tell you, I feel at this point that, like, If she'd told me a hard no early on or whatever the fuck, then I'd be like, okay, all right, Pan Am is not one of those. But she's been like, it's, you know what I mean? It's like, no, but then like put her arm around you or let you put your arm around her and like snuggle and cuddle and tee tee. And meanwhile, every time I get back to Night City, as soon as I'm deep in the city, she blows my phone up. V, it's Pan Am. I hate to do this to you, but can you come see me? And I'm like, I just drove all the way. Yes. Yes, I can come see you, Pan Am. It's gonna take me fucking 15 minutes though. I gotta drive all the way out of Night City again. Jesus. So that's gripe number one. Yeah, I'm on her leash, dude. It's totally like having an utterly needy girl. I mean, you say what a hassle, but you don't have to go right away. Like you don't have to go right away. She's got me figured out, yeah. You aren't the first person to fancy Pan Am. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't. She's the first one that tossed me vibes. Well, that's not true. There was this corporate chick that let me hit the skins like right after I met her. It was weird. It was like a quest, and I didn't even know what the quest was for. And she was like some corporate chick, and she was like, I had some quest marker to go up to her apartment. And I went up to her apartment, and she grabbed me. Like, I walked in, and she was standing there all sexy looking, and then she grabbed me. And then I got the, I want to shoot holes in the sun. Flash fuck. And I was like, was I just raped? What just happened? What happened? I guess I didn't read the quest. I don't know. I didn't know that was what I was going there for. The Militech. She might have been a Militech chick. I don't know, dude. I was like, man, that was strange. Then she just like, you leave her apartment and that's it. So that's gripe number one. Pan Am. If I could tell you without spoiling it, what I'd been through for Pan Am, you would understand. She Wonder Woman'd me, yeah. I was like, whoa. I didn't even realize we were tossing each other this kind of vibe, but I guess we were. All right. Hope your day's going well, Paul. Well, thank you, John Zapper. I hope the same for you. Man, I wish this worked a little better. Every time I touch it, it falls. It's in a good spot, but every time I touch it, it falls. What the fuck? Anyway. So, that being said, and it kind of ties in, probably my biggest gripe with the game, honestly, Pan Am aside. That was kind of a joking one. I know eventually I'll probably hit the skins. So I'm okay with that. Okay with the slow burn of Pan Am. That was a joke. Here's what I don't like. I drive around a lot because I don't like using the fast travel stations because, like I said at the beginning of this, I actually enjoy driving around Night City. I feel like I am at GTA 4 levels of cell phone bombardment at this point. I feel like my phone rings before every mission, after every mission, while I'm on the way to every mission, right before I start a mission. It's like, it's a little much, guys. It's a little much. Yeah, it's a little much. Like your phone will just ring and 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 ring. And it's just like, I also feel like the game suffers a little bit from the same thing that I felt that Assassin's Creed Odyssey and probably most of the Assassin's Creed games suffer from. I haven't played them all. A glut of content. I feel like honestly, when it comes, it's hard to pay attention when I'm driving around because there's so many little opportunities to do side shit everywhere. And that sounds like a horrible thing to bitch about, but it's almost too much in the game. It's almost too much in the goddamn game. It's like literally every street corner, that every block that you pass is something that's like blank blank come do this, blank blank come do that, blank blank come meet this, blank blank new quest over here, new quest over here, blank 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 do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this. It's like now I'm the type of person that like I like to look at the map and I like to do all the side shit. Like I like the side content in games. But this one, I don't think that it's even possible. Did I meet Claire yet? I don't think so, but maybe. I gotta be honest with you, here's what I've been doing. I've been trying to avoid main quests for the most part until I feel like I'm being funneled there by like just a level gap or whatever. So I've done a couple of main quests, but a lot of the quests that I've done have been like side gigs, side quests. I'm trying to focus on doing a lot of those because I want to build up some money because I want to buy cyber legs, and they're fucking the most expensive shit in the game. Well, not the most expensive cyberware shit in the game. It's like 45,000 eddies a piece for the double jump or the charged jump, whichever one you want to go with. And that's a lot of money. And then there's all these cool ass cars, but they're in the hundreds of thousands of eddies, and it's just like, $150. Yeah, there's a double jump. Yeah. So what I'm hoping is I've taken tons and tons of crafting perks. And what I'm hoping is that as I continue in the game, crafting's really going to come online to the point where I can break down a bunch of shit that I got on a mission, build a bunch of shit out of it that's worth more money because I've took perks that make my shit do more damage, and the shit that I craft do more damage and sell for more money, and be able to make massive amounts of money every mission with that. And craft myself the best, coolest shit. That's my plan. So be a stealthy guy that blows people's heads off with pistols, silenced revolvers. See, I've been breaking down all my junk weapons and shit, and maybe what I should do is craft a bunch of like low-level shit and sell it. You know what I mean? Like just stand at a person that's got a lot of money and then just craft my inventory completely full of low-level shit and sell it. I bet I'd have a ton because I've literally only sold maybe 10 guns. I break them down into their components. A game where crafting is actually worth it and you don't get better loot from scripted events would be nice to see for once. I don't know if this game is one of those. Like, this game allows you to craft any weapon that you find, basically. So if you find a legendary weapon, of which I've only found one so far, but if you find a legendary weapon, you get the ability to craft that weapon, so you don't have to keep it, if that makes sense. Like, you can just craft that weapon again. Cyberpunk, Sam. The only game that anybody's talking about right now. I'm pretty sure you could have inferred that, but there you go. Lol. Now don't ask again. If you do the gig missions, you make like 1 to 5K per mission plus loot. Oh, dude, trust me, I'm not having money trouble. I'm just telling you that it, you know what I mean, it doesn't build up as fast as you might expect. Especially if you're playing like me, you're not selling everything, you're breaking it down for components and all that shit. Apparently, if you vendor everything, you make tons and tons of money, which is fine. Yeah, you can craft ammo. Yeah, dude, no, I have never purchased any ammo. I just, when my pistol ammo gets low, I have so many fucking common components, which is all you need, that I can just craft my inventory full of bullets. Like whatever the max is, I just craft until it won't let me craft anymore. And then I go do the mission. And then I fill it up the next time I notice it's low, and it's never a problem because I break down all the guns of the dorks that I kill. So I've decided to go like completely amoral with this playthrough, like total killer for hire type thing. I like that the game seems to have built-in ways to do no-kill runs, which I may try one day. But I'm definitely not doing that. I'm enjoying blowing people's heads off and dismembering them with my samurai sword and shit. I pull my katana out and I lop somebody's fucking head from their shoulders in slow motion. I like that better than zip-zapping them, you know, or choking them out and then leaving them to wake up later. So I'm going to do that first. But I'm enjoying it. How long till the tidal wave of DLCs? Oh, I don't think it'll be long. I think it'll be, 2-3 months, and they'll have some major DLC out for it. So there are 2 games that Cyberpunk really reminds me of that I have played through. And I feel like that if you like these 2 games, or the concepts behind them, or at least you played one of these games and you really liked it, then you will probably really like Cyberpunk. The game that it reminds me most of is Deus Ex. And that's mostly setting, but also in the way that cyberware, gun upgrades, and leveling is concerned. Leveling is very Deus Ex, as you specialize. I'm talking about the first Deus Ex now here, not necessarily the later ones. I've played through one of whatever the first of the later ones were, but it's a very different kind of game, but it keeps that same feeling. Right. And then that's exactly my second one there, Jawan. You called it. It's Fallout New Vegas. So if you enjoy Fallout New Vegas, it's got that style of combat without the VATS, that style of looting, and kind of that style of special attribute allocation, unlocking different perks and stuff for you. So it's very Fallout New Vegas as far as the leveling system is concerned. And it's very Deus Ex as far as how that leveling system is designed and how the gameplay feels and looks. So if you liked either or both of those games, you'll probably like Cyberpunk quite a bit. I played the Outer Worlds. I was actually kind of disappointed in the Outer Worlds because it felt like half a game. I enjoyed my time with it. I'm not going to shit on it. But I got it mostly for my wife. She was my girlfriend at the time. And she's a Fallout New Vegas fanatic. She knows everything about that fucking game. It's insane watching her play it because she knows exactly where to go to get every fucking crazy thing. And she's obsessed with it. She loves that game. And I got it because it was made by a lot of the people that, from Obsidian that made that. And it looked very Fallout New Vegas-y, and it was. But it felt like half a fucking game. Like, I really honestly felt like half the game was like DLC locked or some shit. It was quick, even doing everything. Like, it was a quick playthrough, which was weird. And, I don't know. A lot of the side quests and companion quests felt like half done or a quarter done. Like, you've got this, like, whole quest you can do in that game, in the Outer Worlds, to unlock this robot companion guy. And then you can't even equip him with different weapons. Like if you open up his paper doll thing or whatever to look at where you equip and unequip weapons, he's got weapons equipped and he's got like an armor module equipped. But I actually went and looked it up after I played through the game. Like, how do you upgrade XB8 or whatever his dumbass fucking name is? I can't remember. And it was like, you can't. And it's like, so there's a whole ass fucking like robot side guy that you can't give different types of weapons. You can get no upgrades for him. Even though you can get upgrades for every other companion, he just stays at the same. It's like, why did I waste my time doing this? What was the fucking point again? You guys keep falling. I love it. Okay, I need to be very, very gentle when I brush you. I can't be like, pooh. As much as I want to. As much as I want to just pick and flick you. What's this on my shirt? This is the Big Chief restaurant that we went to in Gadsden, Alabama. What's your day job? You're looking at it. This and running a top, what are we now? Top 80, top 70 Patreon? I think we might have cracked the top 70 the last time I looked. So running a top 70 Patreon, doing a whole show behind that. That's my day job. What's your day job? You want that job? Yeah. Well, no, you don't. But okay. I mean, I wish you the best of luck and shit, but I'm telling you, like I'll be honest about my job. It's pretty kicked back from time to time. Like right now, I'm sitting here and I just kind of get high and talk with you guys, and that's cool. This is kind of a side part of my job. This isn't where most of my money is made. But this is just a place where I come to chill with the people who watch me. And this is pretty chill, usually. I don't feel a real impetus to do these. So if I want free time outside of this, I can have it. But I spend a lot of time working on my show. So Deep Fat Fried, our main show, and its properties, which, you know, there's several different sub-shows of Deep Fat Fried. There's Flash Fried, there's The Grease Trap, there's Cynics versus Cinema. There's a ton of things that we do. That and the meetings that it takes to continue making that, and the meetings with staff and stuff. It's a job where you're never really off. Like right now, for example, if I got a text, like 3-alarm text from Scotty or something, hey, we got to meet. Some shit happened. We got to figure it out. I'd have to go. I'd have to go like, see you guys. You know what I mean? Whether it's now or whether it's 3 a.m. What's the most time-consuming part of DFF research? Filming, I would say shooting, and meetings are hand in hand for the most time-consuming part of DFF. Research takes a decent amount of time as well, but I would say that when you're talking about like the things that I spend the most of my time sitting and doing, conceptual meetings, creative meetings, employee meetings, hiring meetings, interviews, blah, 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 blah. And that's really ramped up in the last, like, I don't know, 3-4 months. A lot of people's day job is opening up Yu-Gi-Oh cards on Twitch. That's pretty dope. All right, I'm about to give up on this phone. Come on. Can I pop this out? Will this help? I bet it would. I bet this will help. Let's see. Ah, you're in the fire pit. Did you see that shit? You guys fell in. Okay. This is going to have to work. You saw a gum pack? Yeah, there's a gum pack There's a cigarette pack and there's a wadded up McDonald's napkin in there. Luckily, the fire wasn't going. But if the fire was going, you wouldn't be sitting where you're sitting. Where you're sitting would be sizzling. It'd be cooking my phone if I had a fire going. This is the best I can do. I really need like a second device, like a tablet or something that I can just have in my lap and I can keep track of the chat on that. That's really what I need to set up. Did you really ever figure out who that screaming lady was who lives near you? I have no fucking clue what that was, bro. That happened late ass in the night, and what do you think? Like the sparse neighborhood, like all came together to explain what that was? It's like, no, I have no fucking clue what that was, bro. I have no idea. You ever try the top 100 movie bucket list? Yeah, I use my phone for the chat and my TV to watch you. That's probably what I should do. I probably should do that. Yeah. Neighborhood conference on the issue of last night's screaming lady incident, or whoever that was. I don't know if it was a lady or a dude, to be honest with you. If you go back and listen to it, it's pretty fucking eerie. It sounds like somebody in mental distress, if I had to take a guess. If I had to take a stab at it, mental distress is what I would have went through. Love the DFF Christmas episode. I'm glad. I hope it spread jolliness and cheer, but mostly jolliness. You seen Uncut Gems, and what were your thoughts on it? I've seen it. I think that Adam Sandler proves once again that he's a grifter because he gives a really genuinely, honestly, fucking amazing performance in it. So it just goes to show you that he doesn't have to suck. He's not one of those dudes that just sucks. He just sucks because it's easier to suck than it is to be exceptional. A very depressing film, not a movie that has like a whole positive message to it or anything. So I probably won't watch it a whole bunch, but it was real good. If you could play one or more Dune characters in an audiobook, which ones would you try and portray? Dude, Leto the Second. That's the prim one, dude. That's the prime one. To be Leto the Second, that's the one. Baron Harkonnen, that's another good one too, because he comes back in several iterations throughout the story. Oh yeah, dude. It's total laziness. Like it's total fucking laziness on his part. Dune RPG, sure. What do you think of Force the Vote? All right. Well, disclaimer: I don't really follow politics as closely as a lot of people do anymore. I made a conscious choice to kind of divest myself from it after the sad, disgusting, putrid 2020 presidential primaries and election. I did a lot of fucking coverage of that, and thus a lot of following it, and so I don't really follow it all that much. Now I understand what force the vote is. It's this idea of forcing a floor vote in the House of Representatives on Medicare for all, so that you can name and shame the people in the House that don't pass it. What are my thoughts on it? I don't really, I really don't think that there's a correct answer. On one hand, forcing a vote and losing it just is another loss for liberals, which is what we seem to do best. It's all we seem to do nowadays, is lose. Well, I don't say we like I'm not a liberal. Leftists. It's another loss for leftists, which is what the Democratic Party loves doing. On the other hand, it allows you to name and shame the people who aren't on your side and start building a campaign of replacement, I guess, of those people. The House's vote should 100% be public. It ensures your representatives are voting according to the district's views. Of course. Yeah. No, I'm fine with that. But I don't know what the right answer to it is, to be honest with you. I think it's political theater at this point. I think there's no arguing that, and I really don't think that political theater has a whole lot of power at this point. So I know there's a big argument going on, but I really don't think it matters. I don't think it's an argument that matters. So those are my thoughts. Well, I think everybody that voted for Biden probably, well, not everybody. I think that every, like leftist that voted for Biden probably did so in the hopes that he would be just slightly better than Trump, and they'll probably get their wish out of that. I just don't see how that's a strategy moving forward. I don't think it is, really, to be honest with you. But there's a lot of narrative switching going on right now that really is bothersome to me. And I want you guys to fact check me on something, okay? I usually, don't like it when you guys invoke Vosh, but I'm going to invoke Vosh here for a second. Because I feel like I either misunderstood his position or that the goalposts have been moved. Okay? So maybe you guys can help me puzzle this out. Those of you in the chat that keep up with Vosh, okay? And I'm not trying to pwn Vosh or whatever the fuck. I'm just a little confused. So I remember back in the primaries, especially after Joe Biden became the Democratic nominee, that there was a message not coming just from Vosh, but out of the kind of bread tube area, Vosh being one of the prominent bread tubers, that we should all line up behind Biden in order to bully him, to push him left. So we bully Biden into more leftist policies. We can do these protests, we can do this direct action shit, and that will force Biden to either be just as bad as Trump or address some of our issues. And we can start using this momentum of this movement, the BLM movements, to force the issue on Biden, who's going to be way less likely to send the troops in on these protests, and more likely then to come to the table. So we can bully Biden. And now, am I wrong? Am I misrepresenting any position there? Am I crazy? Vosh has now stated, yes, this is where the question. This is where the question comes up, because I saw a clip from Vosh saying, it was never about pushing Biden left. It was always about putting Biden in there and letting him be horrible, and then pointing at it and going, see, he's fucking up. We need a leftist, and using that to radicalize leftists. I really don't feel like that was the argument. I feel like that the goalpost has now moved from actually using our political power and clout outside of the electoral process, which was a big part of Vosh's shit. It was like, yeah, we vote, and then we start the hard work of the direct action. We hit the streets, and we bully Biden. We push him left. We force him left. We use the squad and this growing group of people in the fucking House to push him left, right? So why is it now? No, 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 no. It was never that. It was never about moving Biden left. It was about letting him be a horrible failure. And then, well, this clip that I wish I could show it to you guys. It's on our fucking subreddit. Go look at it. Like, go to the Deep Fat Fried subreddit and scroll down a little ways. And I think it's the first time you'll see Vosh, and listen to that shit. It's a clip of him, and I'll paraphrase it, going like, this is what's going to happen for the next 4 years. Biden's going to do something horrible every day. And people are going to come to me and be like, you supported that? And I'll be like, yeah, I supported that so that we can say, hey, leftists, look, he's fucking up. You know, radicalize. And it's like, okay, but what about the other part of that, which was taking to the streets and forcing Biden left? Like forcing him to come to the table with a Medicare option, forcing him left on economic policy, forcing him left on war, forcing him left on a national fucking stipend or a fucking UBI. So the goalposts have moved or no? Have the goalposts moved or no? 1 in the chat if the goalposts have moved, and 2 in the chat if they haven't. I want to see where you guys are at on this shit. There was at least 1 3 for the manatee. A question mark? At least you're honest, Barrington. You know what? I may end up regretting this, but God damn it, I did the wrong guy. There you go. Where's Barrington? Welcome to the Spectres, Barrington. You were at least honest. All right, so it looked like pretty split. Looked like a lot of you feel like the goalposts have moved. Some of you think like, no, we want both. He wants both. It didn't seem like in that clip he was advocating for both. It seemed like in that clip he was had given up on the idea of Biden doing anything good, or really any tactic that could be used to force that issue. And now is solely going like, yes, of course he's a fuck up. Of course he's horrible for us. See? Bernie. Or, you know, some other socialist candidate. That's all I have to say about it. I'm a little fucking confused. But that is 1 clip out of context that's probably from a large fucking stream. So if he ain't fucking, like I said, it was not my intention to fuck on Vosh. Just DM him and ask him there. Well, I mean, I don't really care to do that, to be honest with you. Like, I don't really care to directly interact with the dude unless he wants to directly interact with me. Like, the last time I talked with Vosh was right before the election. I reached out to him and I said, hey, dude, you know, a lot of people have been hitting me up saying they want me to go back on your show or whatever. You want to have me on to discuss whatever you want. We could do that. We can talk union stuff. And he was like, he responded to me and said that he was basically booked up through the fucking election and that he was, you know, not going to be booking electoralism shit for a while. And I don't know if that's a blow off or what. I really don't care. Like, tis what it is, but you know, the ball's in his court. You know, I told him anytime you want to have a discussion about whatever, I'm not going to be hitting him up like he's my buddy. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, if he hits me up, then I'll go on a show. If he doesn't, whatever. Yeah, the Paul's in his court. Vouch. Vosh, 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 voshity vosh, voshity vosh, voshity vosh, voshity voshity vosh, voshity vosh, voshity vosh, voshity voshity vosh, voshity vosh. Vosh, 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 voshity vosh, voshity vosh, vosh. What was that? Is that Star Wars that I was singing? Was that the Spaceballs song or the Star Wars song? Oh, that was a Superman song. Okay. Yeah. Whoopsie daisy. It's a good one. I picked the right one, dude. I picked the right one. I didn't even. I thought it was the Star Wars one, but it wasn't. Done by the same guy, isn't it? Isn't that John Williams that did the Star Wars and the Superman? I'm pretty sure. Oh shit, dude. What led up to that? I don't know. It popped into my head and I had to sing it. Vashi and the Vosh, Vashi and the Vosh. One is a genius, the other's insane. It's like, okay. This is probably a bad idea, but did Amelia have to adjust to you randomly breaking into song? You'd have to ask her. She seems to be okay with it. She hasn't said anything about it. I do it a lot. I am a weirdo, you're right. One is a Vosh, the other's a Vosh, yeah. Voshi and the Vosh, Voshi and the Vosh. One is a Vosh, the other is Vosh. To prove their Voshy worth, they'll overthrow the earth. They're Voshi, and the Vosh, 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 Vosh. How much weed do I smoke in a day? I don't know, dude. I don't have like a digital scale where I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Probably not all that much in the grand scheme of things, but probably more than the average person in the grand scheme of things. There you go. Happiness is a warm wash. Bang, bang, shoot, shoot. Happiness is a warm wash. When I watch your stream at night and I donate to your super chats. Vosh to the Game of Thrones theme. Can I do it? I can't remember the game. How did the Game of Thrones theme go? It was dun 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 dun. And then how did it go? I can't remember, dude. I can't remember. Fuck. This is bum bum dun 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 dun. Well, that's how it starts, but I can't remember the melody that goes behind it. You know what I mean? I can't remember the melody that goes behind it. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, that. Dun 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 dun. That's not it. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. How did it go? It's gonna drive me. Dun, dun. Oh, wait, I remembered it. It's just the same thing. It goes dun 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 dun. It's gonna be a hard one to vosh. Vosh, 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 vosh of voshes, dude. Oh shit. So stupid. Oh my God. What are we doing? What are we doing? Dude, I will not do Bashan Street Vosh, dude. I will not. I will not do it. Oh shit, dude, this is it's driving me fucking bananas, dude. It's driving me bananas too. I'm going off my nut sitting here doing this stupid shit. If you see in Vosh running through your head, who you gonna call? Vosh Busters. An invisible Vosh sleeping in your bed. Who you gonna call? Vosh Busters. Vosh, 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 vosh. I ain't afraid of no Vosh. Vosh, 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 vosh. Every song can be Voshed, dude. Oh my God. When my uncle was a kid, he thought Ghostbusters were real, and that's what he wanted to do as a career. Yeah, me too. Dude, when I was a kid, dude, it was the greatest shit. My dad had he found this old telescope body. It was busted. It was at like a secondhand place. It was cheap because it didn't have any lenses in it. Or it did. It only had the cap lens. It didn't have any of the internals. It was just like a piece of shit. He bought that, and he put a flashlight in it and set like a toggle switch so I could turn the flashlight on. He put it like a piece of hose that went into a backpack. And me and my friend would walk around town, not around town, around the country-ass neighborhood, pulling a wagon that had all the ghost-busting gear in, playing the song on our boombox, trying to get work. We hustled, but there were nobody, we never made a dime. We never made a dime on it. Not a single haunted house. We were out there advertising. I had my the red wagon, and it had a boombox in it, and we had the tape of Ray, whatever his name was, Joe Ray Johnson or whatever his name was, that did the I ain't afraid of no ghosts. We would play that, and I would walk around with my proton pack, Anybody got any ghosts? You would think that like one of the neighbors would have played along with us, but then that would have probably turned into like a horrible predator story. Oh yeah, come on in, boys. House is crawling with ghosts. They're especially bad down there in that basement. You go ahead down there. I'm scared to go down there. I'll follow you. You're the professionals. That's right. That's right, you little piggly son of a bitches. Get down there. Get on down there and bust them ghosts. Actually, I gotta get home. Just get the fuck down there, you little piggly son of a bitch. You said you were gonna bust some ghosts. I'll sue you for false advertising if you don't go down there. Get on down there now. The duck, yeah. Abolish the specters? What? That's crazy talk up in here, my friend. That's crazy talk up in these parts, my friend. Do you believe in ghosts? I do believe in spooks. I do believe in spooks. I do believe in spooks. Voshin makes me feel good. Have you ever seen a ghost? Have you? Let me flip the script on you. Have you? You are a ghost? The ghost of Christmas chat. Voshin makes me feel good. I can hear you voshing to me in my sleep. Dude, I wonder if every 90s hit can be voshed. Got your voshing, it changed my mind. Heard the voshing between the lines. Come around from a vosher time where nobody ever goes. All alone on the overpass, wired in foam to a vosh of glass. Now I'm voshing in love too fast with you and the song you chose. Sweet, how's that one go? Sweet dreams are made of vosh. Who am I to that one doesn't work so good. That's 80s though. I think the 90s, it has to be a 90s song. Otherwise it doesn't work. There is so much that Vosh can tell you, so much he can say. Vosh remains my power, my pleasure, my pain. To me, Vosh is like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Oh, won't you tell me, is that Voshy, babe? But did you know that when it Voshes, my eyes become Vosh, and the Vosh that you shine can be seen? Da 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 da. I've been kissed by a Vosh on the grave. I've been kissed by a Vosh on the grave. I've been kissed by a Vosh. Every Vosh has its thorn, dude. Vosh hammer, dude. Ba-na-na-na, ba-na, bum-ba-na. Ba-na-na-na, ba-na, bum-ba-na. Ba-na-na-na, ba-na, bum-bum-bum, bum-bum-bum. Digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga. You can have a Vosh train if you just lay down your track. You can have a Vosh plane flying if you bring your Vosh sky back. I wanna be boom, your Vosh hammer, Vosh thumping. That's it. He takes a Vosh drink, he takes a Vosh drink. He takes a Vosh drink, he takes a Vosh drink. He sings a song that reminds him of the Vosh times. He sings. It doesn't work. I get Vosh down, but I Vosh up again. You're never gonna Vosh me down. I got something to say. I Vosh my Vosh today, and I don't give a Vosh. If you can't, I can't even remember how that song goes. That song was popular when I was in the 8th grade. Wasn't that a Metallica song? Or is that like a Danzig song? I think it's a Danzig song, isn't it? Misfits, yeah. No, dude. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Dude, it works. Come as you Vosh, as you Vosh, as I Vosh you to be. As a Vosh, as a Vosh, as an old memory. It works. Shit. Don't go chasing Vasha Falls, dude. All right, it's that was it. Can't Vosh this. Can't Vosh this. Do 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 do. Can't Vosh this. Do 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 do. Can't Vosh this. Do 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 do. Can't Vosh this. Do 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 do. Heart shaped Vosh. I don't even think that works. What if Vosh was one of us? Do 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 do. Just a slob like one of us. If Vosh had a name, How would you spell it, and would you want to see? Whatever. Has Vosh ever released what his real first name is? I don't want any creepy, like, if he hasn't talked about it, don't dox Vosh in my chat. But I'm not gonna look at chat, and I'm gonna guess Vosh's first name. Because either he hasn't said it and it's a total blind guess, or he has said it and I can nail it. I've got it narrowed down to 2 already. Okay, now there's a third one in the mix. Okay, I've got it narrowed down to 3. I got it narrowed down to 3. Bryce, Ian, or Daniel? Bryce, Ian, or Daniel? He's an Ian? No fucking way. Sometimes the boy nails it. Maybe I heard it though. See, I gotta be honest. Maybe I heard it at some point and it crept into my subconscious, but because if he's like openly talked about what his real first name is, then yeah, I may have heard it. I'm not the world's biggest Vosh watcher, but he may have mentioned it. So it may have been a trick. But if it was a trick, I pulled it on myself too. Because it felt like I guessed it. Definitely, probably a heard it scenario. That makes more sense than in, like, with all of the male names in the world. I pulled it out. Daniel was the one that I thought was gonna be the closest to it. He looks like a Dan or a Daniel to me. Yeah, you got to go with Occam's razor on that one. He's a public figure. I probably heard him say it at some point and then forgot. But it was buried down there in the subconscious somewhere, and I dug it out. Nah, he doesn't look like a Josh to me. Totally looks like a Daniel. You know what makes me think he's a Daniel? The haircut. The shaved sides with the ponytail, that's a total Daniel haircut. Am I wrong? That's why I zeroed in on Daniel, because I was like, dude, that's a Daniel. That's a Daniel move. That's a Daniel haircut for sure. That's 100% a Daniel. Is his name Ian Daniel something? I bet it is. Damn, Daniel. Is anyone named Daniel anymore? I don't know. What's like the popular names right now? Is it like Aiden? Is it all the weird names now? Aiden. What's like the popular names for people now? Logan? Ugh. Jaden? Tyler, yeah. Brandon, John, Liam. Liam is big right now. Daniel, yeah. Paul remains. Like, if you look, Paul is a name that remains, like, moderately popular, and it doesn't dip. Like, there isn't this, like, with some names, they go like, boop, boop, boop. But if you look at Paul, like the trends of the name Paul, it's pretty fucking steady for a lot of time. Thanks to the Bible, yeah. But you'd think, like, Daniel's from the Bible. Like most John, George may not be from the Bible. It might be, though. I don't know. Jose. Your name is also biblical, yeah. You've got an apostle name. Beauregard, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Zvitsi. Skylar. True. Yeah. Jessica, Damien, Jenny, Jimbo. I've never met a Skylar, dude. I gotta say that I don't think I've ever been introduced to a Skylar before, ever. Dalton? Never known a Dalton either. You've known a bunch of Skylars? Well, there you go. Generational gap there. I didn't know no Skylars, man. Skylar, I don't know. I never met a Skylar. Your name is Nick. Yeah, Nick. I had a good friend Nick. There was actually a Nick in the original iteration of Apple Nasty. He was our drummer. Nicks have done you wrong. Sorry. He's the only Nick that I've known, and he was a cool guy, but he was also a heartbreaker. So, you know what I mean? Maybe it's them Nicks. You know what I mean? Them Nicks can't help but being players or dicks. Yo, I will be there in a couple weeks. Gonna bring your pup to meet your pup. Oh, dope, dude. Cool beans. Well, I got a big yard, homie. Wait, Paul, were you into Skunk Junkies? No. Morgan Cox was the lead singer of the Skunk Junkies, and they covered quite a few Apple Nasty songs that I had varying amounts of a hand in writing and stuff. But no, I was never into Skunk Junkies. That was a Morgan Cox project. Well, I knew the other guys in it too, but I won't say their names. They ain't no public figures. They ain't no public figures. Worst time you actually bullied another kid in school? Dude, Rodney's here. He knows exactly what I'm going to say, dude. Patrick. 100% Patrick, dude. That's the worst I ever bullied a kid in school was Patrick. Yeah, dude, you remember. Don't act like you don't remember, Rodney. Don't act like you don't remember twisting up the long piece of paper to touch the mole, Rodney. Don't act like you don't remember. We fucked on poor Patrick. Oh, man, we were horrible to him, dude. But he shut us down that one day, though. Yeah, we would sing Patrick and then like poke his mole. Oh, man. What a couple of fucking... Yeah, dude, you remember. He fucking swung around on us with that bag and was like, just fucking kill me. And we were like... And we stopped fucking with Patrick after that day. We just left Patrick alone. It was fucked up. Fucked up. He had a mole. Do you believe names have an impact on how the person is going to be? No. I don't believe that every Thomas is a doubting Thomas. No. That's total fucking woo-woo. I was just kind of joking about the Daniels. I'm sure that there are really nice Daniels and really asshole Daniels, you know. Dude, if I saw Patrick today, I would apologize my ass off to Patrick. I'd be like, fuck. I'm so sorry, dude. I don't even know what I'm... Like, because I got bullied. I was a little fat kid. So I used to get bullied, but it was just like the bully totem pole, you know what I mean? And I was somewhere in the middle of the bully totem pole. Like, I had bullies, but I bullied. If that makes sense. Joke's on you. I am Patrick. Dun, 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 dun. And I didn't really bully kids for long. Like, I think, like, the 7th and 8th grade was really when I dipped my toe into that whole, like, the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I feel like is when I dipped my toe into, like, the being a bully thing. I'm trying to remember if there's anybody else we bullied. I saw him around 2002-04. He was a cashier at Walmart, and when I saw him, my heart sank. He knew me. He dropped his eyes, and he just did the basic checkout. Oh, fuck me, bro. Don't tell me that shit. Oh, no, bro. No, dude. That's so fucked up, Rodney. Oh, no. Dude, what the fuck, man? No, no, dude, no, 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 no. Oh. I always hoped that he went on to be a doctor and shit or some shit. Oh. Well, we weren't the only people that bullied Patrick, so we can't take total fucking responsibility for his whole life trajectory, but holy fuck do I owe that kid an apology. All I can say is that I was, you know, I was a child. I was a totally different fucking person. I don't know that I, dude, God damn it. He might even be homeless. Oh, don't even say it, dude. Don't even say it, man. There's no need to even say it. Don't even say it. Yeah, we were pretty harsh to that kid. But, you know, he stood up for himself in the way that I guess he needed to shut us down, because we just stopped picking on the kid after that, to my recollection. And that was really the last time I bullied anybody. And the first time I felt truly bad for something that I had done to another kid. You know, that wasn't an outright accident where I hurt them or something. Like, I remember I busted a chick's glasses one time playing tetherball, and I felt bad, but... You know what I mean? That was an accident. Us fucking with Patrick was not a fucking accident. You'll never forget your true bullies. That's true. And I hate that I was that for somebody. Because I guarantee you one thing, Patrick didn't bully anybody. And that's the fucked up, dude. They say the meek shall inherit. How's that go again? They say the meek shall inherit. You know the book doesn't lie. It's not a question of merit. It's not a matter of pride. You know the meek are gonna get what's coming to them by and by. The meek shall inherit nothing, Frank Zappa. Well, he's fucking 100% right, unfortunately. Would you have let your kid be a bully? No. But see, here's the thing. Like, our mom doesn't even, like, my mom, Rodney's mom, our parents, they didn't know about Patrick. No, he didn't. He never heard anything besides killing his family in a super cute murder suicide. No, he didn't. Don't say that, dude. No. Fucking Patrick, dude. Poor guy. How did your mom deal with your sisters bullying me? My sisters didn't bully me necessarily. Here's what my sisters abused their position. They knew that I was the eldest. They knew that they could get away with shit that I could not get away with. And so they got away with it. For the most part. I told you guys a couple of stories about when I got my licks in. You know what I mean? The hamburger story. And there's a very much shorter story where one of my sisters walked up and just like nonchalantly kneed me in the balls. And I punched her in the stomach as hard as I could. And I got in trouble for it. I remember that. I was probably like 12 when that went down, or 13. And then the hamburger to the face. Oh, that's the perfect emoji, too, that you picked. Thwack. Yeah, the hamburger to the face, dude. Well, dude, they used to try and press gang me into playing shit that I didn't want to play, and so the only way for me to get them to not come to me all the time was to just, you know what I mean? To be a dick. Like, to totally not go by the rules and stuff, so they didn't invite me to play no more. And it worked for the most part. They outgrew their Barbie stage real quick, though. Didn't your sister make you sterile? I have no fucking clue what made me sterile. I've been to multiple fertility specialists and had my sperm examined and my nuts examined in every fucking way that you can imagine. And none of those specialists could tell me, oh, you were hitting the balls, or this is genetic. They told me it was Could have been this, could have been that. The peeing on the electric fence could have been that. I had, the only STD that I ever had was chlamydia. And chlamydia can cause scarring in the vas deferens tubes that's totally symptom-free. Like, you don't even know you have it. I didn't know I had it until the chick that had just left me came down with it. And I went and got tested, and sure enough, I also had it. That was horrible. Well, actually, it didn't go down that way at all. It was even worse than that. The chick that I was with came down with it after sleeping with me. And then I found out I had it. And the only other person that I had been with got a phone call and denied that she had it, ever. And I was like, well... So yeah, dude, I had no fucking clue I had it, though. That's the thing. So... found out I had it by infecting somebody else with it. So that could have everything to do with me being infertile. I could have had it for years. Think about that shit. Like, that's how long it takes. I was only with one person who was not only with me. Let's put it that way. Got you some good old HPV. Oh, yeah, dude. Everybody loved that papilloma. Don't worry about it, man, dude. Just give him the loam. Just give him the loam, Rodney. Just tell him ahead of time and be like, dude, I'm packing that loam. And they go, what? The loam? You'd be like, the papa. Paprika? Yeah. The salt and papilloma. The salt and papa, dude. Oh no, man. No. Yeah, that's horrible times, dude. The loam load. Salt and pepper, dude. Oh, shit. Did you have any symptoms? I didn't. I had no fucking clue I had it until the girl that I had just recently started sleeping with got a routine test and found out she had it. She had only been with one other person and had been tested since. So there was one place she got it. So I went down and got tested. Sure enough, I had it. And I had only been with one other person. Do the math. You see what happened here? Can you deduce? That's a good 12th grade math problem. Can you deduce where the problem came from? That's why you get routine tests? Yes. Abso-fucking-lutely. $2,000 stimulus check passed the House. Hey, gonna die in the Senate. But hey, gonna die in the Senate. Bob has 12 watermelons and chlamydia. Where can you find this beanie online? You can't. I bought this beanie 10 years plus ago from Amazon. It's one of two that I used to have. I gave one to a fan at the Gadsden meetup, actually, the one that I'm wearing the shirt for, ironically. So I have one, and this is it. And that's it. You can't get it. It's one of one. I'm the only one that has one anywhere. No, I don't know. I just haven't seen them. I went looking for them the last time. I went looking for them like 6 months ago, 8 months ago. Could not find them. Paul gave me the beanie. I have it framed and hung. There you go. See? No bullshit. There's pictures on social media and shit of him wearing it too. He looked cold. He was standing out there. Like, ask fucking Amelia when she comes out here. I cannot stand people being cold. If somebody looks cold around me, I'll give them the fucking shirt off my back. I'll be like, you ain't gonna stand there being cold. You take my shit. I can't hang. He looked cold. Threw that hat on his head. Stop being cold. It's true. Paul has definitely given me a jacket before. See? Taylor backs me up. I can't hang. Dude, if somebody's cold, it's not like a fucking... It's not like a... I'm not trying to white knight or anything. It's not like I only do it for chicks or whatever. Anybody, dude, if somebody's fucking cold... Well, yeah, Taylor's been on the receiving end at least a couple of times because she's fucking big as a minute. You know what I mean? The wind goes right through her, so you gotta like... you catch her out there. You gotta just throw a fucking thing around her shoulders and be like, stop being cold, you know what I mean? You're being hella cold. Why must you be so cold? Milady, zip, lay in the puddle. Yeah, dude, I do have a built-in jacket, that's true. Like, I see somebody, like, Amelia will sometimes, she'll have, like, a light jacket on, and she'll have her pants on, and she'll, you know, whatever. She's not, like, not bundled, but she'll be sitting here, like, doing that. You guys probably can't see it, but doing that shake that skinny people do, that, like, I'll be like, oh, yeah. Dude, I offer everybody my jacket. If somebody looks cold, they're getting my fucking jacket. Like, you know, Scotty probably wouldn't let me drape a jacket over his shoulders, so I probably just asked the guy, you know what I mean? I size the victim of my anti-cold antics up first. And if it looks like they can cold cock me, I ask first. But if they couldn't cold cock me, then... Now, I might be misreading Taylor. She was in the Army. She probably fucking cold cocked me, but she never punched me. Lay the jacket over the puddle. Hold on, Scotty, hold on. Has Scotty ever punched me? Nope. I've been on the receiving end of I kind of want to punch you a couple of times, I think, but he's never punched me. Who doesn't want to punch me every once in a while, though? I mean, that's not a referendum on Scotty. Who knows me hasn't wanted to fucking cold cock me at least once? That's what I want to know. Maybe a verbal punching, yeah. Oh, come on, Taylor. Come on. You gonna tell me there's not at least one time that you were just like, man, no consequence environment, I'd punch Paul right in his fucking stupid looking fucking goddamn face right now. You can't lie. It's come across your mind. It's just, you know, I just know this because I've, you know, trust me, I just know this. Nobody's ever struck me. I've never been struck by anybody that I work with. Like, I wouldn't work with people who struck me. Like, they can yell at me, and I'll yell at them, and I'm cool with that. That works out. All right, Tommy, well, that's true. I never gave you cause, though, Tommy. I never gave you cause. I'm sure Pimp Monk has wanted to punch me. I know for a fact Ben wanted to punch me. I don't ever get the urge to hit someone, more the urge to hurt them mentally. It's the woman. Well, okay. Sure, I understand that. I'm kind of that same way. I don't have that impulse. Like when I see somebody, like if I saw somebody I care about to get hurt, that's when I get that impulse. But for me, like I can get as mad as I want at somebody. I don't get that like, oh motherfucker, kind of like, argh! Like I don't know. I think growing up with sisters is what did it to me, honestly. Like, not to fucking overly gender the situation, but like growing up with a bunch of little sisters, you know, like had I grown up with brothers, I probably would have been able to scrap with them and it would have been seen as like societally normal. But because I had nothing but little sisters, it's like, number one, I'm the overly gender. I don't know what to say about I don't know how to say it. I'm just saying. But yeah, no, dude, like I don't want to have to like I don't ever like I've never been a dude that was violent. I just never have been. I get real mad. I'll get yelly. I'll get angry. I'll dress people down and say mean things from time to time. But I don't get that level of abusive. Should have grabbed my sunglasses. Or I guess I could move to the other side. How can the absence of free will exist along with the absence of a creator? What? How can free will exist? What? Wait a minute, what? How can the absence of free will exist what? Huh? Let me read that again. Let me try and read that again. How can the absence of free will exist along with the absence of a creator? Why are these two things mutually exclusive all of a sudden? Like, why do we have to have one or the other? I gave up a long time ago, Johnny. You're fighting the good fight. Go for it. But I just don't even bother engaging anymore. There's no point. Because it doesn't matter. Not at the end. Can something approximating free will manifest through individuals, but through political action and organization? I don't know. No. I mean, like, your position, your position that would allow you to take part in that political action or organization is based on antecedent events that have absolutely nothing to do with your choice, and therefore outside of any kind of free will. So, what you may have is a limited scope of choice. You may choose to join this or you may choose to not join it, but neither of those choices is actual free will because you don't have the third choice. You know what I mean? These are your two choices. You either do or don't. I mean, you're the sum of everything that you've been taught. How can you have free will? People that believe in free will believe that you reach some certain age or some certain level of maturity where you like take wing and all of a sudden you're making your own decisions now, which completely ignores the totally formative first part of your life, which you had very little to no choice in, depending on which circumstance you're talking about. And the same is true for your parents and your grandparents and your great grandparents and your great 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 grandparents and all the way back to your line, all the way back to the first little protoplasm. All the way back to the first little single celled pond scum floating around in the primordial ocean. But my freedom. Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got a limited sense of freedom in your own life. I mean, you can make some choices within your limited sphere of influence that can improve your life or not improve your life, but ultimately like those choices were hardwired long before you ever came to them. You had no choice. Like which way you go is heavily more dependent on free will than, or more dependent on your past than it is free will. So, you know what I mean? If you need the idea of free will to be happy, you're probably a religious minded person because you need everything to be black and white and simple. Free will is the black and white, simple answer. It allows people to use silly words like evil, for example, which is one of my least favorite words in the English language. If I had a chance to excise one word from the English language so that it would never be uttered in public discourse again and could never be recreated as a concept as a result. Let's put it that way, too, so that some smartass in the chat doesn't say, well, then somebody would just call it plufarb or ring doodle. Okay, whatever. If I could eliminate one concept from the human brain and its attached word, it would be evil. I think that the word evil has led to more misunderstanding, more magical thinking, and more silliness in the course of human history than pretty much any other concept that we've had. Sew it into religion, it becomes even more sad and ridiculous. But even like really even level-headed people will just be like, "Oh yeah, well that's evil." It's like, what? It's evil, you know. Hitler was evil, or this particular act was evil. Why? Like what? So that's it? Yeah. So because that's really what I hate about evil, because it's so not true. It's like the totality of a person is summed up in what they do. May I request a good root tooting, totally for masturbatory enlightenment. Those are the biggest words I know. Sure, you've got it, my friend. Hold on. I've still got it. Dude, that was good. That's how you know somebody from our clique way back in the day, dude. If you can do a good root toot, that's it. I still know the secret handshake too, dude. And I'm telling you, it's been a long time, so the next one it may take a minute. I'm just warning you. The secret handshake, it's been a hot minute, dude. It's been a hot minute. It may be a 20-minute secret handshake is what I'm saying. The pipes is built up. Well, from the mouse's perspective, cats are evil. Sure. But we're not mice. Black and white is very useful in mouse world because you don't have much brain power to deal with nuance. Got a little bit of higher function going on here. So why are we still thinking like a mouse? So you're saying cats are black? What? Shut up. Shut up. Every rose has its thorn. I hate Madden. It's the bane of my existence. Every Madden I've ever played has been the exact same game. That's right, Carl. Boom. Carl and I were having the same thought at the same time, apparently. Every Madden is the same. Every Madden. I suck at them all. I never win. I always lose. The games are horrible. Watching this stream on a streamception. Someone said they were refreshing it somewhere, not sure where or why. Huh? Restreaming? Oh. I don't care. Do what you gotta do, man. It's probably to have like a little like uncensored chat where people can just fuck on me the whole time over there. Like how sad. It's their little echo chamber where they get to go like, oh yeah, well you're dummy fat. And all 5 of them get to like circle stroke. That's exactly what it is, dude. Yeah, it's the chat for the band. Oh boy. Paul Wojak is becoming mainstream. What this mean? Means the meme is dead. Spectre Freeland. The Highdeology Shadow Realm. Where the darkest souls must go to pretend they still matter, while the rest of us get to be part of the thing. Chat Tartarus, yeah, dude. The Highdeology below Highdeology. Beneath the toilet, once you have been flushed, a certain group of you go all the way down into the septic tank. That is the restream, where your cries of indignation go unheard, where your counterpoints go unaddressed, where your salty comments go unnoticed. The river of poop. You all float down there, yeah. That is hell, yeah. Hell is the... Hell is whatever's below this. Humanity equals river of poop, all right. Dude, what happened to Jordan Peterson, Jason? That's what I want to know. Jordan Peterson, Jason, would never have said humanity is a river of poop. Come on. You're on the Ann Prim train now? Dope. Welcome. Toot toot. Yes, yes. One more for the Ann Prim train. Yes, yes. I need help, Jason. I can't clean my room. I'm wasting away. What happened to me? If Dinor could talk, what kind of voice do you think he would have? I don't know. Something either like real annoyingly high pitched, like, what's going on? Or something like deep and bassy, like, damn. That's crazy. You want to play fetch again? Because I kind of feel like playing fetch right now. I'll be right back. Come on. As a fellow once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back. As the fella said, quote, ain't that the hole in the boat? Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Winning, my life is gonna be beautiful. Man, tell me quick. Oh, ain't that a kick? Tell me quick. Ain't that a kick in the head? Ain't that a Vosh in the head? The Vosh was completely black. I kissed Vosh and Vosh kissed back. As the Vosh said, quote, ain't that a hole in the Vosh? I kissed a Vosh and I like it. The taste of Vosh's cherry chapstick. I kissed a Vosh just to try it. I hope my girlfriend don't mind it. Dude, I haven't even thought about that song since like 2009 or some shit. That's crazy. My neck, my back. No, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Please, no. You have important questions? All right, hit me with them. Despacito, dude, that's reaching. Despacito. He likes to eat freezer burrito. Oh, man. It's a short guy. Only one engine, unless he's got some pushing too. He might have some pushing too. Sometimes you see that shit. You ever have your Vosh pushed in, essay? What? No, I don't think so. He's never had his Vosh pushed in. What about you, Sniper? You had your Vosh pushed in, bro? Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I had my Vosh pushed in, bro. See? Sniper's had his Vosh pushed in. So I'll ask you again. You had your Vosh pushed in? No? A virgin essay? I like that, Holmes. I like that. There ain't nothing out there for USA. I love that fucking movie, dude. I have to watch that movie with Amelia. I don't think... Maybe she has seen it. I gotta watch that movie again anyway. Training Day, yeah. I love that scene. That scene where he gets dumped with that Vato family. East Side Treces. Yeah, my cousins are East Side Treces. They're gonna fuck you up, Holmes. Yeah, go have your cousins get your back. What's my deepest and most shameful secret? I once washed. I didn't mean to, but I washed. I washed real hard. I'll never see you in the same way again. Sirius Vaush. Oh my god, what the fuck is even going on? I feel like we were on the verge of having a good conversation and then it just... the room went completely black. What's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopped in. I got options. Can't remember the rest of it. That's a good song, though. I don't even know that dude's name. What's that guy's name? Is that guy real or is that guy like a one-hit wonder? I know somebody out there knows the song I'm talking about. What's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopped in. Whack Harlow? He's not real then? Did he follow up with something whack? Because What's Poppin' was actually, like, I bounced to it a little bit, though. Jack Harlow. But you called him Whack Harlow, though. What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. You always look cold. I'm fine. I'm bundled up. You know what I mean? If I was cold, I'd end this and go inside or start a fire. It was actually pretty nice today. Sun came out and shit. The sun came out. The confused rooster crows. How did you deal with cold temperatures when you lived in Ohio? I wore warm coats, and gloves and stuff. What happened? What happened to this chat? Where did we go where did we go wrong, dude? Where did I steer you astray? He blew a fat Vosh this morning. Gross, dude. Yeah, Chad got Voshed. They got sucked down the Vosh hole. Oh no, there's no coming back from that, bro. There's literally zero coming back from that. You once you're in the Vosh hole, you never dig out. Should I just end the stream? What do I think about the color of blue? Dabu dee dabu da, dude. That's what I think about it. What the fuck, dude? When you get a new phone, you should go on the last stream on this one and burn the chat rather than flushing us. I've thought about it, actually. I think I have to send this phone back, though. I think my phone plan wants me to send back the old phone, you know what I mean? So they can refurbish it and resell it to some poor bastard who still wants it. So I have to send it back. But if I could, yeah, it'd go in the fire. But then there would be like, that would probably be a bad idea because there's batteries and shit in a phone that are just bad. You don't want that shit. How you dying, mate? Yeah, those batteries, I don't think those batteries, you don't want them to get super hot and explode and shit. I assume they probably would. We were talking about different ways that I could dispose of you guys, like put you in a really thick plastic bubble and that was weighted and just throw you in the ocean. Something that was like super pressure resistant. Just throw you in the ocean. Yeah, down the garbage disposal. Paul, can you tell the story about your unregistered handgun? The non-existent unregistered handgun story goes like this. I was with somebody once whose crazy uncle gave her a handgun to protect herself. She didn't know what to do, so she took it. Then she had this handgun, and when she moved in with me, it became my problem. I somehow inherited this ridiculous old handgun that I didn't even have bullets for, that I'm not even sure worked. It was like a Raven 22 pistol or some shit. And I ended up disposing of it safely. And that was that. Because there was no better way to handle it, so took it apart and that was that. I Voshed it, yeah. I think you can take guns to the cops, just call them up first and make sure, yeah. Well, see, I had kind of a weird thing happen to me. Because I heard that too. And I kind of went to these cops that were sitting there at Starbucks when I was working there to try and get rid of it. Like, I didn't bring it with me. I'm not that stupid. But I asked them, I was like, hey, guys, I got this kind of like weird handgun thing that I don't want. And do you guys have a thing I could bring that in and just like you guys get rid of it? And they both looked at me like I'd just admitted to a crime. They were like, you have an unregistered handgun? And I was like, and they were like, you don't want to tell us that. And I was like, okay. And I just walked away. So I took it, I busted it up into pieces, you take it apart, and I threw it in different trash cans and shit, and that was that. I was like, okay. I was just holding it for a friend. I mean, yeah, like, what's the story? Try to get help and they flip shit. I mean, he didn't flip on me. Flipping on me would have been like tackling me right there and tasing me or whatever the fuck. But they made it very clear that they didn't want to deal with no bullshit about me getting rid of no handgun or whatever. They were trying to enjoy their butter croissant and their caramel macchiato or whatever. Your Starbucks coworkers were pansies? Huh? Who the fuck are you? Who let Grandpa use the phone? Take it away. Pansies, yeah, I haven't heard that in a hot minute. It's been a while, dude. It's been a hot while since I heard that shit. Can you even say pansy anymore? Well, that's why it's so anachronistic. I have not heard that used in a hot minute. I think the last person that used it was probably like from my parents' generation. Just say they're soft. No, I worked with some hard asses at Starbucks, believe it or not. Like, not like, I'm not going to claim like I worked with no fucking, like Ivan Drago motherfucker at Starbucks or whatever. But, yeah, I worked with people all over the spectrum of humanity at Starbucks. It was one of the things I actually liked about the job. Cafe Commando, yeah. The barista uniform is hot. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. And before you ask, no, I've never banged any of my Starbucks coworkers. That's bad news, by the way. Fucking people you work with never works out. I watched other people engage in that shit, and it never, ever, ever works out. Ever. Ever. Never, ever. It's always bad. I came close one time. I'll be honest with you, I came close one time. There was a period of time where I was single, working at Starbucks, and I can't remember her name, but I probably shouldn't say it here anyway. I had a nickname for her though. She was this very short, very petite Hispanic chick, and I called her the Omen. Not to try and say that she looked like a little boy, because she didn't. But because I would catch her like staring at things like this, sometimes at me, and I'd be like, so she and I had a very joking relationship, and we went back and forth a lot. We were always busting on each other and having fun. And then one night we were cleaning up after close, and it was me and the Omen. And she jumped up. She was all of like probably 4'11", 5 feet max. She was like tiny. She jumped up on the counter, and like I was standing on the other side of the counter, and she just kind of fell, and I had to catch her. And she like wrapped her legs around me, and I put her down on the counter, and I was like, wait, hold on. What just happened? And so I shut it down, and after that, she fucking hated me. I felt bad. Like after that happened and I didn't like, I don't know what I was supposed to do, like rail it out right there on the counter with the cameras on and everything. I don't know what I was supposed to do, but after I like was like, eh. And the reason I was had nothing to do with her. She was cute, but I never dip my pen in company ink, bro. Ever. It doesn't work out. All I saw flash before my eyes was my fun relationship with the Omen and really looking forward to working with her, becoming some weird girlfriend thing with those eyes. And I imagined those eyes staring at me, you know what I mean, while I was working, but with the intent of a girlfriend that I was like, no! It's so much better this other way. Let's, like, not. But the other way didn't exist after that, unfortunately. Proper answer is if we didn't work together, yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not all that fucking like, believe it or not all that experienced when it comes to having people hit on me in that way. That overtly doesn't happen to me all that often. So, I did my best. Racina flashed us with her vagina many times. I do. I didn't remember that was her name. I think she worked at Applebee's, didn't she? She was like one of the Applebee's crew. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, that was an interesting one. I thought you and her like did the horizontal mambo, you know what I mean? I thought you and her hooked it up. Was that just lore? I thought you and her banged it out. I thought I had a feeling. I didn't know for sure. Yeah, we did many times. I had a feeling. I had a feeling, bro. Let's just put it that way. It was never explicit, but I had a feeling. Magical, dude. Pure fucking magic. How do we even deal with it? How do we even exist? She pretended to be drunk and it was weird afterwards. Oh. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. That's not the way it's supposed to go. I don't think. Racina, dude. Holy fuck. That's a name I ain't heard in a hot fucking minute or thought about in a hot minute. Yeah, dude, there were some good times and some bad times and some all around times in Chandler, dude. Some good times, some bad times, and some all around times there in that little town. You have a VHS tape of fucking Racina, dude. Oh no. Dude, all around times, for sure. There were times and then there were times, you know what I mean? It was the best of times. It was the times of times. Yes, it was. It really was, dude. Crazy, crazy stuff. Mainly times, yeah. Just times, bro. Dude, do you remember when Wiener fucking kicked Madman out of the apartment that night? You remember we were all sitting there all drunk and like being loud as fuck? And she came barging in and was like, you better have somewhere else to fucking live by like whatever she gave him. Like, you got like 3 fucking days. Get the fuck out of my house. And just like laughed and we were like, whoops. I guess your couch surf is over, bro. No more wasp until 3 in the morning. The Cowboys have taken my eyes. Fucking Madman Balderrama, dude. Holy shit. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times, my friend. Dude, dude, if you do come visit, if it all works out, you got to bring your git fiddle, dude. Do you even have a git fiddle anymore? We got to get a git fiddle. Because you gotta, dude, we gotta write extradited to Mesa, dude. we gotta finish writing extradited to Mesa, dude. It's gotta happen. In Madman's honor. Yeah, you gotta bring a good fiddle, dude. That's a must. I'll figure out a way to record it. We got phones now. We can do that shit. We'll do it live. That'd be dope. There we go. That's what we like to see. Formaggio al forno. Good thinking, mama. You're into washing your hole until you pass out? All right. Well, that sounds good. I swear, all I ever do is fucking cash out. Is Bobby Shmurda free yet? Have they freed Bobby Shmurda yet? Has that worked? Have they freed Bobby Shmurda or Meek Mill yet? Has that happened? Somebody has to catch me up, dude. Martin Shkreli was going to free Bobby Shmurda. How's he going to do that? Meek Mill's out and Bobby Shmurda's almost out. Something tells me Bobby Shmurda's going to unleash the beast when he gets out. Something tells me that first fucking hello back from jail out of Bobby Shmurda is going to be something real. I think he's been in there writing bars. I think he's going to dump an album right quick. DFF show in 10 minutes. Ooh. Cool. Well, maybe I'll end this then so you guys can go watch that. Guess the premiere in 10 minutes. Just caught a body about a week ago. Yeah, you can go abuse your wrench over there. It's 3 a.m. where you're at? Well, you must be like Nordic or some shit. You must be in like Finland if it's 3 a.m. or Russia or some shit. I have never regretted my patronage. See you later, Rodney. Finland, I guessed. I guessed right. I know a Finn. That's why I'm glad I wrenched you, my friend. I trust a Finn with the wrench. I trust a Finn isn't going to do some crazy shit. A very, very stoic people, the Finns. I respect them. Skeptic also a Finn? Well, holy shit. I know how to pick them. I know how to mod him then. Yeah, Barrington got modded because he was honest. you know, and honesty is the best policy. Crazy we got two Finns on Spectre staff here, but it makes total fucking sense to me, dude. Have I told you guys about Päivi? Have I told you about the Finnish exchange student? I think I have before. I think we've talked about her before. She is the lens with which I view all Finnish people. Päivi the Finn, which is what she signed her name, by the way. Päivi the Finn. That's the one that didn't want to sleep with you. Yes, she definitely did not want to do that. She told me straight out it was never going to happen. And I was like, all right. I mean, that's cool. Now I know. Päivi, yeah. That was her first name. She gave me my first salmiakki. She thought it was hilarious. So every time her mom would send her a care package from Finland, she'd give me all her salmiakki and watch me sit there and eat it. She always made me eat at least one piece in front of her so she could laugh at me like hating it. Just salty ass fucking black licorice. But yeah, no, she introduced me to salmiakki. She was the first person I was ever friends with that had their nose pierced. She told me straight out, like a week into our friendship, that she was not going to fuck me, which I really appreciated because I was kind of starting to get a crush on her because she was fucking awesome. And so it was totally cool to have the line just like drawn in the sand, like, hey. I can't even remember how she told me. It was real super blunt. She was just like, hey, I'm only here for the year. I'm not going to fuck you. I'm not going to fuck anybody. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And then we were just buds, you know, and that was awesome. She was really fucking like, she didn't give a shit. She didn't give a fuck about what other people thought about her. And she would respond so dismissively to anything that she thought was stupid or time wasting, but not in like an ultra rude way, just in a very efficient manner. She was just super like upfront. Sometimes sex isn't needed. It's life-changing moments that matter. Oh yeah, I mean, no, dude. I'm glad I didn't lose my virginity to Päivi. It probably would have been a very frightening experience. There's also a really strong chance that Päivi was a lesbian and just like in the closet, and that was her way of telling me without telling me or whatever the fuck. Like, you have to remember, this at this time, people were not open about that shit. I look great in 4K. Can you see all the pores on my nose? You're a lesbian? Well, thanks for coming out, Jason. I thought you were a gay dude, but now I know. I look like shit? Well, yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? Holy fuck. Is the wind really gonna do this to me right now? I love your blotches and acne. You wouldn't be you without it. I'm just a blotchy fucking dude, and I get a pimple here and there, and I have a mole, and I have scars, and I don't know what to do. Some dude came through, or some person came through with like a beauty care regimen for my splotchy birthing scar. I saw it in the chat, or in the comments of one of these the other day. And this person was all like, oh, you should put this type of lotion on your splotch. And I was like, why? I've had my splotch for 40 fucking years. I was born with it. It's a birthing scar. It's proof that I came from a vagina. Why would I, you know, happened to me literally as I was being born. It's a total, I don't know. I wouldn't remove my splotch. I wouldn't go get like plastic surgery and shit. I like the way that I'm looking more fucked up the older I get. I like watching like the wrinkles get deeper and shit. Like watching myself age is kind of fun. I always wondered what kind of old man I'd look like, and now I'm starting to get to figure it out. Splotch me once, splotch me twice. What do you want me to do, dude? It's true. I've seen the wise king and I've seen the grizzled old sage, and I'm somewhere, I'm walking the fucking line between those two, man. That's what I truly believe. I don't believe the message of that acid trip, the message my brain was trying to convey to me was to necessarily try and be that wise king. It was that I had both of those within me, you see? I had both of those within me. And so I had to embrace both. Absorb them. Be the mediator between them. Huh? That's my plan. What is the worst injury you have ever had? Worst injury I've ever had. I've had a number of pretty debilitating injuries. I've broken the metatarsal bone in my foot. Is that in your foot? Or metacarpal? No, metacarpal is in your hand. The metatarsal bone in my foot. That one sucked. But as far as like the one requiring the longest recovery, I broke my arm when I was about, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old. I was at a skating rink. And I was pretty good on them skates, dude. I could do the whole crossover turn where you lean into the turn and you crisscross your legs. You look all cool carving out of it and shit. And so me and my cousin were racing at the skating rink, and I was doing my fucking and she's keeping up with me. We were both good skaters, and we went around this curve at the back end of the old Madeira skating rink that we used to call Dead Man's Curve because it had like a bump in it, or a few bumps. And you had to kind of know where they were to carve around them. And I carved around them, and she was on the inside trying to pass me, went over Dead Man's Curve. So no, it was the other way around. I was trying to pass her, and I decided I'm going to try and fucking go over Dead Man's Curve. Well, it didn't work out. I ended up falling flat like this, and she rolled over my right arm. So it broke my arm in 2 places, a compound fracture. So, ka-kunk, the width of a skate. And when I lifted my arm up, my wrist was completely floppy and useless, and there was like a bend in my arm, like this. I shit you not, it was like, doot, brr, doot, and it was all dangling here, and I was like, ah! It was gnarly. And so I went to I went to the hospital and they set the bones. And I was awake when they set the bones. So the doctor had to go in there and because they took x-rays and it hadn't fractured. They were both clean breaks on both sides. And so he set the bones and then they wrapped me up in a fucking cast, and I was in a cast for like 4 months, like a ridiculous amount of time. I remember my arm, like I had to do, like I was a little kid and my left arm was way buffer than my right arm when it came out, like it had atrophied. And I had to like, you know what I mean, balance back out naturally. It looked all skinny and thin and pale and it was all weak, and it took a long time for my grip to come back right. I am right-handed, yeah. What's it like jerking with a cast on? You can't really. That was a pretty gnarly injury, and I don't think I've really been hurt worse than that. I've had some pretty bad falls. I've broken my ribs a couple of times, and those are just like, I mean, when it comes to just straight out pain, because when you fracture a rib, there's nothing that they can do for it other than just let it heal. And so you don't want to do that. The last time I fractured a rib was saving Dynor's life. Speaking of which, where is that little fucker? Oh, I think I took him in. There you go. There's the boy. Ugh. I've broken toes. I've broken fingers. I broke this pinky finger once, and it's a little bit crookedy. You can see it's not quite straight. Healed back a little crookedy. It's my left pinky. Paul could beat Gorilla if Dynor was in danger. Yeah, true. When's the last fart that wasn't you? What? Shut up, Jason. Don't get banned. Never had any serious injuries. Hopefully it stays that way. Yeah, hopefully. It's not fun. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. It's horrible. Can specters get banned? Yeah. Jason especially. Yeah, you are. You're a shackled specter. You're a trainee specter, but you're still a specter. I'll nuke you. You have your rules and I have mine, you know what I mean? You must abide by mine and your own. You're a bad little specter, but I'm going to train you to be a full specter. How did you save the dino's life? Okay, so he was a little puppy. I can't show you guys a picture, but there are pictures way back on my Twitter and shit of me and Dynor when he was a little baby. He was yay big. Like, he was like 3/4 of a bread loaf big. And we lived in a second-story apartment in San Antonio, Texas when we got him. He was a little boy. And he had trouble with the stairs. It wasn't that he wasn't brave. It's just that he had little tiny legs. And the stairs, you guys have seen these cheap fucking apartment complexes that are threeplexes, and the stairs on them are like, you know what I mean? They're very steep, and you got to be a person to walk up and down them. And he was a little boy, and he couldn't do it. And they were kind of treacherous for me, too, to be honest with you, as a big galumphing idiot, as you will find out in the story. So, one night, of course, that necessitated us carrying him down the stairs when he had to go potty. They were very steep stairs, so I would carry him down the stairs when he was a little boy. And then put him down on the grass and let him do his business. Well, I was about halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way down those stairs one night when one foot kind of got ahead of itself and hit the edge. So if you're thinking about the stairs, right, they're and the foot hit the edge of a stair instead of landing on it. It hit the edge and went off of it. And all of a sudden I was falling like this, and I had Dinor bundled up against my chest because I was carrying him. And so all of a sudden I'm falling, and I looked and I could see the grass. Like I said, I was 3/4 of the way down the stairs, but I knew like I don't have time to turn. And so the only thing I had time to do was wait until the last second and let him go. So he just kind of tumbled in the grass, and I hit like right on my chest. Boom! Knocked every bit of air out of my lungs, just like, and fractured a rib over here. Because all I had time to do was dish him off to the side and get my arm out from underneath me, and then it was just boom. It was ouchy. But all he did was roll. He just went, bloop. He rolled once and then got up and went, and I just laid there like, ah, 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 ah. I saved his ass, dude. I saved him from my own clumsiness. That's right, D. I saved your life, boy. You owe me a blood debt. One day, Dinor, I will call upon you for a favor. And if you do not deliver this favor, Dinor, I will be most displeased, for you owe me the blood debt. That's right. Welp, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Y'all have a good one. Go enjoy the new DFF episode premiering now. Go see it. It's Monday.